Hello, I am Barry Baines, and I'd like to consider with you for a few moments your imagination. As a child, how many times were you told to use your imagination? You see, if you can imagine something, that means it is within the sphere of human consciousness, and everything came out of the universe, including human consciousness. That is another way of saying, if you can imagine something, it already exists. So, it is within the power of human beings to make it happen. You can make it happen. Nothing happens without imagination. Before mankind could send a rocket to the moon, someone had to imagine it happening. Before an automobile was driven upon a road, someone had to imagine it happening. So it is with all our experience. When you learn to swim, or kick a ball, play a musical instrument, or run a mile, you first imagined yourself doing it successfully. You see, we don't think in words, we think in pictures. What we rehearse mentally or imagine, we tend to get. So if we imagine ourselves going onto the stage and fluffing our lines, that is usually what happens. But if we do the groundwork and then envisage ourselves giving a smooth, confident, crisp performance, we're more likely to get what we want. The same principles apply to everything we do. You have to do the real work, the practice, the preparation, or whatever, and then the mental rehearsal or imagination. See yourself over and over again, thinking of every eventuality and executing a perfect response. When you condition your mind in this way, you are carving out success for yourself. As we all know, however, most people do exactly the opposite. It starts with the self-talk, that nagging little voice that jabbers away negatively whenever you think about a new dream or challenge. You know the sort of thing it whines on about. I wouldn't like that, or I couldn't possibly do that, or I don't have the experience, or even better, well, I'm just too old to learn that now. By the time you've run a few scenarios like that, there isn't much chance of success, is there? Just picture the likelihood of a pole vaulter saying to herself, well, there's no chance of me jumping over that high bar, even with the help of this pole, and then a few moments later sailing effortlessly over it. It's a non-starter, isn't it? Her mental pictures will be so grim that she's likely to quit altogether in a run-up or crash into the bar in her attempt. So don't be one of the masses who talk to themselves out of it before they've even started. They just feel secure in their comfort zones. They're the sort of people who are quite happy to make it safely through until death. Make sure you do the groundwork. Then every spare minute, visualize yourself succeeding and keep trying until you do. This approach applies to everything. If you have to give a presentation to colleagues at work or in college, first of all, take time to prepare it. Then, in your mind's eye, see yourself doing it confidently. See that picture through your own eyes, just as you would if you were there looking at the audience. Make the picture big and bright. Hear yourself saying the words. Feel what you'd feel as you sense your audience listening attentively. Enjoy the experience. As a sportsman, use the same sense of imagination in your rehearsal. As a golfer, see yourself hitting perfect tee shots to the center of the fairway, chipping close to the pin and holding difficult putts. As a goalkeeper, imagine every possible shot you might encounter coming in the direction of your goal from every angle and keeping them out in every imaginable way. Whatever your particular sport or occupation, apply these techniques to the goals you wish to achieve. Then, if a challenge suddenly arises, it won't be altogether unexpected. It won't be as if you're doing it for the first time. and you will have in place a strategy to handle it. Even when your physical practice is interrupted, keep doing it mentally, and you will be amazed at the improvement in your performance. So it doesn't matter whether you are to speak in public, perform on stage, sing in a concert hall, negotiate a tricky business deal, or act as an advocate in court. The principles are the same. Do the practice. Use your imagination, and you will succeed. Here's to your continued success and happiness.